Is it extra special that you've taken the number 1 from Jake Dennis?
Don't start already now. We're not even started the season, so.
Pascal, the champ is here. How are you feeling a few months on from becoming the Formula E Season 10 champion?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, no, not bad at all. But I'm not the champion, so I need to hear how you're feeling about coming into this season with the number 1 on your car, because that's pretty cool. It's a nice accolade to have.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to next year. Looking forward to be back, first of all. Get back into the car and get the racing starting soon again, working with the team. A lot of things to learn, because there are a couple of changes. So, which could mix up the things, the field again. But first of all, I'm happy to be back.
How has the reception been back home from winning your championship? Have you been doing like interviews every week? Have you been on TV shows? Like, what's it been like?
Honestly, it already feels like such a long time ago. It was quite a lot to do in the first weeks afterwards, or after London. But I think I got very quickly back into reality and spent some great time and holidays, recharge batteries, getting back to work with the team, and obviously the interest has increased significantly, but it's a positive thing, right? So
of course.
It's positive, it's good.
Do you feel more pressure or less pressure now you have a World Championship under your belt? Because sometimes that coming in as the defending champion is something that might be in the back of your mind. You seem quite relaxed and quite chilled.
I think it releases a bit of pressure, because the pressure of achieving it for the first time is gone. I think the whole team is a bit relieved, and nevertheless we want to be successful next year and in the future. So let's say the feeling and the mindset is very positive. But we start from zero again now, and we still need to deliver also in the future. So I think the most pressure now is coming from ourselves to perform well. But it has relieved some pressure, definitely.
Excellent. Well, look, the car looks very different, given that it's very purple. And I mean, we're not seeing it fully. It's kind of tucked away in the garage there, but I'm looking forward to seeing it out on track.
How do you like it?
I love it. I think it's really nice to be a bit different. Did you have any input on this purple? I've heard that maybe your helmet is going to complement the car quite nicely.
Yeah, it's the favorite color of my fiancée and of my daughter, so I really pushed for it.
Okay.
I designed it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, the thing is, we joke, but you're into cars in a bigger way than a lot of drivers, in terms of what they can do and the performance and everything. What do you make of these changes then? Because we see a new front wing, and we obviously have four-wheel drive now when we're in attack mode on the starts and qualifying. There's a lot of changes. What do you make of all of those? They're positive, right?
Well, first of all, about the design, I love it. I think it's looking great. It also makes a lot of sense for us, because our road cars are in those colors, and I just like special colors. I always liked our special liveries for some races which we had last year, like in Tokyo or in Mexico. So yeah, I'm a fan of doing it a bit differently. About the car, like you said, there are a couple of changes, like the four-wheel drive, different tire compound, different bodywork. So we need to get on top of it, understand it as quickly as possible, and just a bit quicker than the others. And yeah, one big topic is obviously also the fast charging and the pit stop. To learn about that, to see what impact it has on the strategy and so on. So yeah, a couple of changes, but I think we will be well prepared when the season starts.
A lot's been said about the acceleration of these cars being a third faster than a Formula One car, and you're one of the drivers on the grid that can maybe compare because you've driven in Formula One. Do you think we're going to see some pretty electrifying starts then? Is the start going to be even more exciting than it is normally, just because you have the four wheels of power and it can go considerably faster than last time?
Definitely, the start is very impressive, the acceleration there, and also I think it will have a big impact on the attack mode, because it felt like in the past the attack mode was actually something which you wanted to get rid of as quickly as possible, because it was not such a big benefit, the more power with the tire deck and so on. You just try to keep the position really, or not to lose so many positions. But now I really feel like with the four-wheel drive and the more power, it's making a big difference, and therefore it can really be used as attacking and overtaking tool. So we'll also see a bit of a different dynamic there.
When it comes to the front wing, I'm asking all the driver this because we had a lot of issues with the front wing being a little bit fragile last year and ending up underneath cars. We've not seen it out on track and with any contact yet, but knowing how much you love cars and your mechanical brain, do you think this is going to be a stronger and a better option, this front wing?
My mechanical brain. So my mechanical and...
I know it's not technically a mechanical part, if you know what I mean, but...
I would say it looks a bit more robust. I will tell you when I've tried it. I will tell you when I've hit some other cars and experience it. But just by the looks of it, it looks a bit more robust. I think there's still a chance that you can get the front wing under your car. But I think small touches, maybe it's a bit more forgiving than in the past.
Okay, well, we hope it doesn't end up in front of your car. And finally, I touched on it at the start of this interview, you are running the number one this year. How does that come about? Is there just an email that comes through and it's like, okay, we'd like you to choose your number, would you like the number one? Or do you have to email themselves and do you ask someone to ask? How does that come about? Because it's, as I say, it's a real accolade for a driver.
Good question. My team asked me, actually. So my team asked me a couple of weeks ago already which number I would want for next year. And I've chosen number one. I think it's an honor to have that number on your car. It's only reserved for the champion, and I think when you have the chance to have it on your car, you should take it. And obviously now the biggest task is to defend that and to keep the number on the car for next year.
Is it extra special that you've taken the number one from Jake Dennis?
Don't start already now. We're not even started the season, so...
We'll have a friendly season, it'll be good. Pascal, congratulations again for your triumph earlier this year, and we look forward to seeing you in Brazil.
Thank you very much. Thank you.